Hello there. Are you someone who unfortunately suffers frequently from anxiety or extreme nervousness? Or maybe you're someone who has difficulty sleeping at night. It's just hard to fall asleep, and when you do, you don't sleep well, and when you get up in the morning, you're still tired, and you're tired throughout the whole day. What about lower back pain? Is that a problem for you? Is that an issue? Or maybe you have a breathing disorder like asthma. Or simply thinking is hard. You know, throughout the day you find yourself mentally tired and fatigued. You have what they call sometimes brain fog. Well, if any of these experiences are familiar to you, you could be under the effect or feeling the influence of prolonged negative stress or even an unresolved trauma. But there's good news, and the good news is that there is an easy, fast-acting, and completely painless way to get out of that negative space and to even solve that problem definitively, long-term, once and for all. You curious? Well, if you are, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Just keep watching this video. I'll be right back. Hello, I'm back. My name is Dan Stott, creator of the Body Empathy Method and the Healthy Pain-Free Body Formula, as well as what many people consider to be the world's #1 anti-stress, anti-trauma, anti-aging treatment, all rolled into one. What's that? In case you haven't guessed, the Body Empathy Method's Reset Massage Treatment. And this video is the fourth and final one in a series of 4 in which I will show you a few pieces of the puzzle that form the Body Empathy Reset Massage Treatment. And I've asked my friend Robin, as he has in the previous videos, the previous 3 videos, all of which you will find links to in the description below. I've asked Robin to be my volunteer, my model, so I can show you a little bit of how I'd give this amazing anti-stress, anti-trauma body treatment. So, thank you for being here again, Robin.
My pleasure.
And would you please lie down on your side first, and then turn onto your back, facing up. Thank you. Okay, maybe your upper body a teeny bit this way. Yeah, just like that. And the pelvis the other way, okay. All right, now you're centered in the table. So, as a quick review, this Body Empathy Method Reset Massage Treatment is really all about resetting the entire nervous system, brain, mental state, muscles, which not only move the body, but they inform the body neurologically, sensorially, about what's happening. Very important process. And the autonomic nervous system, which sort of is always there in the background, controlling things that are basically involuntary, like the way you breathe, although you can influence that, but also your heartbeat and your whole digestive process. I'm going to ask you, Robin, just to keep your hands together, but without having the fingers crossed. Thank you. A little detail. So normally in giving this treatment, I start by releasing the excess muscle tension in the area of the rib cage and the diaphragm muscle, because when we are faced with any kind of trauma or even just prolonged stress or anything that upsets and frightens us, we tend to hyperventilate a little bit. And one of the ways that first things we do is we breathe in and we tend to hold our breath in the inhalation phase of the breathing cycle, without realizing it, we hold it that way, we don't let it go fully or at all. Or sometimes we just start hyperventilating and over-breathing. I'm not going to go into that, but that's also something that must be addressed in any treatment, especially one that is an anti-stress, anti-trauma treatment. From there, I work in the area of the neck and abdomen, inducing further relaxation in the areas of the body that are most involved in breathing and in these involuntary processes such as the beating of the heart, the circulating of the blood, the digesting of food, etc., working in particular on something that is known as the vagal nerve connection, or the vagus nerve, which goes from the neck down into the belly and back up again. It's like a very complete system in itself, and forms part of the autonomic nervous system that is known as the enteric nervous system, which I'll get back to at the end of this video. But after we've released, or I've released, or Robin has released, all of these excessive tensions in the area of his head and neck, shoulders, rib cage, and belly, he still needs to be able to connect with his lower body, the lower half of the body. And that's what I'm going to show you a little bit of how I do that in this video. But before I do anything, just as a final reminder, as Dr. Milton Traeger, the creator of this wonderful Traeger neurological massage treatment, as he liked to say, you can only honestly give to others that which you already have for yourself. That means that if I'm going to help Robin to let go of any excessive stress or trauma-induced muscle tensions that are altering his organism, altering his mind and body, I have to first be relaxed and comfortable in my own body. And that is a big part of the work that one does as a professional in the body empathy method. Or it's what I've been doing and developing for more than 40 years. So I need to be in a relaxed state, a state of meditation or mindfulness, before I even begin to touch and work with this body. And I need to stay in that state as much as possible, because something really wonderful and amazing happens. While I'm in this state, in addition to all of the wonderful things that I do with my hands, all of the support that I give him with my hands and that he needs in order to let go of his body, I am transmitting that to him continually. We are creating this sort of almost like an energy field of relaxation. And in this state, or in this field, the person feels safe, and they feel protected, and they feel respected. So I create this like cloud of energy in which, almost like a cocoon that embraces the person. And it enables, almost like we can even say a womb, maybe kind of a rebirthing in the womb-like experience, in which he is able to let go and be reborn, metaphorically speaking, while at the same time his nervous system is reset to its pre-stress, pre-trauma state. How cool is that? Sounds too good to be true, right? Anyway, one of the ways I do that is that when I work with a person's body and I'm touching their body, one of the first things I do is just be there with the part I'm touching until I get a sense that the person accepts my presence and my hands on his body in this case. And when I begin to touch another person's body, to treat them, I do it with an attitude of curiosity. This is very important. I'm curious. And I feel what's there. I feel my way in. How does this foot move? And the feet, the poor feet, for most people are a wonderful part of the body that has been, unfortunately, very neglected. Most people don't really give a lot of attention to their feet. They put them into shoes, they stick them into shoes, and they walk around, and they don't massage their feet, they don't touch their feet, they don't give this wonderful part of the body all of the respect and attention it deserves. So when it is done, it is such a gift, it's such a wonderful experience. On the other hand, when it's not done, this part of the body that is very movable, almost like a hand, not that flexible, but in potential, a very flexible part of the body, especially the toes at the end, they become rigid. And that's one of the first things I noticed many years ago when I began to give therapeutic massage to people, is how hard the foot can sometimes be and how rigid the toes were. So by giving these light, pleasant movements, pressure to the foot, and doing it in a rhythmical way, sort of playing with the foot like this, look what's happening. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a wave of movement going all the way up to Robin's head. So by giving these movements, which in this case, by the way, are from a method developed by the wonderful man and medical doctor Milton Traeger many years ago, one of my early mentors, not only am I mobilizing the foot directly and immediately, but I'm sending waves of movement, rhythmical movement throughout the entire skeleton, throughout the spine, all the way to the head. That's one of the secrets about why this is so relaxing. Now I'm restoring the natural mobility and flexibility to the joints and muscles of the feet, just by doing this simple movement, which, of course, simple, yes, once you know how to do it, but it does take a certain amount of practice and understanding of how to do it correctly, the way it's meant to be done. And as I said in an earlier video, I think it was the first one in this series of 4, you probably know the saying, one image is worth 1,000 words. Well, I like to say, in the body empathy method, if one image is worth 1,000 words, then one sensation is worth 1,000 images. What does that mean? It means until you have felt in your own body how a particular movement should feel or feels when it is done properly, you don't really know. You're just still pretty much groping in the dark. And that's how it is with relaxation. Until you feel relaxation and letting go, and in a way that invites you to inhabit your body, to enter your body, you're still pretty much blind and walking in the, groping around and moving around in the dark. Which is why I love this particular way of working with the body, largely inspired by my training with Dr. Traeger, to which I've added some other things, but that is basically working with the body and with the muscles at a neurological level, in a way that is completely painless, and that is inviting the person to let go, and once they let go, to enter the body more and more fully. How's this, Robin?
Soothing.
Soothing, you said. Soothing, yeah. So I'm not going to go into great detail about what I'm doing and how it works and all of that, but just realize that by moving the body this particular way, once you know how to do it by having felt it done to you in your own body, not only am I releasing or inviting all of the muscle tensions that are excessive and either holding the leg rigid or preventing the weight of the body from moving smoothly down through the leg into the ground to get that sense of security when standing. not only am I releasing those tensions, but I'm also doing it in a way that gives a great deal of sensory information to his brain, the one up at the end of the other end of the body, not the one in the middle over here, which I talked about in the last video in this series. And it takes this, it's almost like a form of nutrition that the brain needs, sensory nourishment, sensory nutrition, that other ways of touching, no other way of touching, no other massage technique does. That's one of the things that makes it so unique. It's not only releasing the muscle tension, but it's doing it in such a way that it gives the brain the sensory nourishment that it needs, and when it has that, it begins to not only enter the body more fully, but really connect with it so fully that it will reposition the different parts of the body. It will reorganize the body structurally and functionally in terms of the way it is positioned, standing, and also the way the body moves, because there is a better neurological connection. How cool is that? Imagine. So, the reset massage treatment, as I say, resets the whole nervous system back to its original state, basically starting with the muscles, the peripheral nervous system, inducing muscular relaxation. And as the muscles relax and yield their tensions in a way that is pleasant and safe and inviting and pleasurable, etc., the brain, the central nervous system, calms down, begins to move into a deeper state of relaxation. I don't know what it would be called, maybe an alpha state or whatever. And as this muscle tension dissipates and releases and disappears into the ethers, and the mind calms down and the person enters into the body and experiences this sense of inner peace and calm and quiet in response to this, of course, the parasympathetic part of the autonomic nervous system, the part involved in resting and recovering and healing, or the enteric nervous system, which controls digestion, etc., it becomes active. Because when the person, when you, whoever is not relaxed or is under the continual duress of negative stress, prolonged negative stress, or even an unresolved trauma, the other part of the autonomic nervous system, the sympathetic part, is hyperactive. It's almost always active. It's like you drive your car and you park it, but you don't turn the motor off. It's like you walk out of a room and you leave the light on, or you go to bed at night, but you leave the light on. That's sort of what it's like when you have your sympathetic nervous system hyperactive and it never really has a chance to turn off, which on the other side of that coin is that the other half, the parasympathetic part, can never become fully active, can never function. That's one reason why relaxation is so important. So by whatever means you can get it, most people only know how to do it through fatigue and exhaustion. One of the main focuses of the body empathy method is on what is essential first. And we always have to start with relaxation, whether that's a self-care muscle relaxation technique or something that can be done for you by a specialist in the body empathy method reset massage treatment. Once you have that relaxation, that experience of it, which is a felt sense, it is a sensation, not an idea, not an image, not a word, then you learn how to take that with you, and eventually that becomes your default state. Imagine. So if you think that you would like to experience this because either you think it sounds wonderful or because you are still suffering from prolonged negative stress or trauma. If you're fortunate enough to be where I am in Barcelona, Spain, great. Come and work with me. Or even if you're not living here and you can afford to take off maybe a week from whatever your normal life is all about and come here. We can do a short, intensive, healthy, pain-free body formula program in which I can treat you 2 or 3 times and also teach you the protocols that I do to care for my body at the level of the way I breathe and the way I move, and that no one else is teaching anywhere else in the world at the moment. You can learn that and learn how to care for yourself and make that eventually become your default state. So, if that sounds of interest to you, like it's an interest to you, or maybe you're someone who, after seeing what I'm doing and listening to me speak, you're thinking, wow, that's cool. I wouldn't mind doing that myself. Well, the opportunity now finally exists for you to learn how to be a specialist in the Body Empathy Method's reset massage treatment, as well as in the method's healthy breathing system and healthy movement system. So if you're someone who, like me many years ago, felt a desire to connect with other people in a, thank you, in a intimate and healing way, and to really becoming a source of light and health for other people, would it be such a bad idea to explore that opportunity? And to contact me by sending an email to the following email address: info@bodyempathy@gmail.com. It's that simple. Tell me what your interest is. Not only that, but I have a gift for you that you are going to love, I think. It's a video in which you will learn how to, as a self-care treatment, you will learn how to give a wonderful healing massage to your own abdomen, to your own enteric nervous system, and reset it to a pre-stress, pre-trauma state to the best of your ability. I will give that to you for free, gladly. All you have to do is write me at that email address and ask for it. So, I look forward to seeing you in future videos. This is the final one in this short four video series on the reset massage. The link to the 3 previous videos should be in the description below. If you want to look at them, I recommend you do. Meanwhile, as I like to say, in a world increasingly obsessed with everything or anything extreme, the Body Empathy Method is a much needed and common sense alternative. Thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you in future ones. Until then, bye for now.